returned.
Yes.
It seems like it's been a long time, eh?
I can't remember when we filmed it last.
Well, it would have been, I think the last event that we talked about was the Grand River was coming up.
Okay.
And I think that was 5 weeks ago.
Well, it was 2 weeks before our event.
So we must have like not filmed for 6 or 7 weeks.
And it's the 23rd today? 24th?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's been 3 weeks since our event.
Yeah.
And then that was 2 weeks, so it's 5 weeks. So it's been almost a month.
It's been
and
a
half. Long journey.
long delay. Yes. But we are back, and so we've had a few events since our last video.
Yeah, our event kind of drained.
It did, yeah. Well,
drained us all.
we were right in the midst of like a really busy period the last time we did a video. You know, we had just come back from Nova. We had some local events, and there was an event down in St. Catharines that I went to with the two Andrews that you weren't able to make it.
Yeah.
And then we had, what did we have? On October 20th, we had the Grand River tournament in Niagara Falls.
Yes.
And then the weekend after that, our games club had a meeting, and then the weekend after that,
our tournament. That's what it was. Yeah.
Our tournament happened in Newmarket.
That was a busy 3 weeks.
Yeah, and
so
as a result, like we've missed a couple of events.
I haven't been.
Well,
to
you've missed a couple, yeah.
Since TGX and Nova.
July and the beginning of September, end of August. Yeah.
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 And then the last event was the one we ran. And I didn't participate in that.
I know, it seems to be like a long time. But let's talk about the Grand River. Even though neither of us went to it, it was a doubles tournament.
Yep.
It was part of a convention.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of the convention off the top of my head.
Council Fires?
Council Fires. Yeah, it normally takes place in Brantford, Ontario, but for whatever reason this year it went to Niagara Falls.
Yep.
So the tournament, was it a maximum of 20 people? Because I know they got 20 people.
I don't think it was a maxed out.
So it wasn't a sellout, but they got 20 people. It was a doubles tournament.
Yeah.
And it was run by Taylor Sinstadt and Blackfyre, I think. It was a Blackfyre tournament?
I think so. It was hosted by Taylor.
Yeah.
And he's part of Blackfyre, so...
Oh, let's call it a Blackfyre then. Yes. By association.
Yeah.
But to all accounts, it was a good tournament, and we were trying to think of, before we hit play, who actually won it, and we're just having to go by our really foggy memories.
Yeah, it was a month ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Or more than a month ago.
And I think it was Adam Marcel and Mike Collins, I believe, won.
I'm pretty
the
sure
event.
they did.
And we don't know second and third, but we were both fairly certain that Steve Stokes and Dwayne came in either second or third.
Yeah.
Don't remember what the other team was, or who the other team was.
Yeah.
That came second or third. But yeah, it was a successful event. I know because I'm on another Facebook group, which is the Ontario Convention Network.
Okay.
And that convention didn't have the greatest turnout this year.
Oh.
But
maybe because of the location change?
I know, it might have been because of the location change, but it was good to see that our event was strong at that convention, so it was good. The hall was apparently really excellent. So, anyways, it was good.
Maybe life won't be as busy next year.
Yeah, maybe we'll be able to make it down. Well, we don't plan to go to Nova, so that's a big thing that will be off of our
we're going to go to Articon instead.
We're going to go to Articon.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say no. It's a maybe.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. But that's the thing, there's a lot of these big tournaments popping up. A little bit off topic, but another, did you see the tournament that was announced in Australia?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they announced an international tournament. down there. They're trying to get
That's cool.
people to come. And unfortunately, it's on the same weekend as our GT in January. Well, otherwise, I'd totally go.
Yeah,
totally
me too.
Would go.
I totally sit in a plane for an entire day.
I was trying to think. It's just like Australia's got to literally be on the other side of the globe from where we are. It's got to be like we're here, and it's like
we're not quite there.
It's got to be.
If we're, you know what? Maybe if we're on the East Coast, or sorry, the West Coast, we would actually be closer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I guess if we were in like the East Coast, that'd probably be the furthest point away.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless you're in like the middle of the ocean.
It's probably a website that.
It's something like 24. It's 24 hours in the air.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't know if that's a direct flight. Like you might have to stop a few times.
That would be cool to go to a tournament down there though, because it would just be cool to go to Australia.
I wouldn't go just for a tournament.
No, I mean,
I'm not going in a plane for 24
even to
hours.
go to like Articon or like I wouldn't go just to go to Articon. It would have to be like a proper holiday, you know. Yeah. So anyway, back on.
That's cool though that they're having something.
It is, yeah.
It'll be interesting to hear all about it.
And see how many people from overseas go, because it's a long way for a lot of people. But I mean, the same thing for Articon. People come from all over to go to Articon.
Yeah.
So people from Australia went to Articon, so.
Sure.
But anyway, the Grand River, so that happened on October 20th, and then on November 3rd, we had Canadian Shire, #1.
We did.
First year for Canadian Shire.
First.
A long time in the planning. Many. Yeah, hopefully. We've talked about it before. We talked about it on our last video, like what it was going to be about. Very different tournament for our league.
We've been planning it a long time. It's been in the years. When did we first talk about it?
Well, we were gonna have it in May, so we probably were working on it 6 months ahead of that. So.
No, but we've been talking about it.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a long time, but I mean, we've been running other tournaments since we've been talking about doing one with that format.
Yeah.
But it went really well.
It
sold out fairly quickly because we only had 20 spots.
Yeah.
We ran it in a cafe, which was also very different. When it was amazing.
Got to have my hot chocolate, which was amazing.
Yeah, it was good. It was different in a really good way because and I know talking to the owners of the cafe that like they had a good day.
Yeah.
For them in sales and that, because all our guys, of course, were going up and buying, coffee and tea and muffins and sandwiches. Yeah, they supplied us the lunch, which was really convenient. So it worked out good.
I think honestly, like one of the better venues to run something at is something where there's food in the location, if you can.
If you can, well, because it's always a delay, right? When you break for lunch, and it's always an hour, and then people are always late coming back because you got to find your
they're not
spot
from the
to
area.
eat. Yeah. And so inevitably, there's like a few stragglers that you're waiting for to come back. So because we had the lunch being served at the venue, we only gave 30 minutes for lunch.
Well, and a lot of people finish their games.
Yeah.
Like really early.
Well, because we allowed a lot of time.
Yeah, we gave 2 hours for each game, but the missions, like a lot of there are specific missions that ended a little bit more like before the other ones. Like there was a couple that went right to time.
Well, because we made theme, like was a huge part of it, of the event. There were out of the 20 players, I don't know how many of them, but quite a few of them brought all hero armies. Like there were 2 fellowships, I think.
No, there's 3 fellowships.
I thought there was 3 Thorns companies.
Oh yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, there were 3 Thorns companies and I think 2 fellowships.
Yeah.
Or some version of Thorns company. So when those 2 armies like played against each other, Fellowship versus Thorn, it was a short game because there's not very many models on the table. No. Yeah. So like the Down in Goblin Town was one of the longer missions to play. It was one that usually went to time, except for one round where Thorns company played the Fellowship, and it was one of the early ones to finish.
Yeah, well, it's only.
Yeah.
I think there's less than 15 models on the table.
Yeah. So there's more goblins on the table than anything else.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah. So
No, it's good.
everybody seemed to like it. I mean, the feedback back that we've gotten has been really positive, and people have been saying looking forward to next year and all that. So
that's good.
And we've talked already about it, and our thoughts at this point are next year we're going to keep it as a single day event. We're going to keep it at the same venue, but we're going to try to push and go up to 24. Pretty sure we can get 2 more tables in there.
It'll be tight.
It'll be a little tighter than it was, but we had lots of room there.
Yeah.
We had lots of room. We may just have to work a little harder to fit in 4 more people. But like, had we had 4 more spots available, we would have easily sold them, because there were people asking to come when we were sold out.
It just means that next year people will sign up earlier.
That's right.
Because they know it's going to sell out. We'll just put it like that.
Yeah. And Andrew Brock, who along with us ran the tournament, he developed the program, like the tournament software, which was an Excel sheet.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
Yeah.
Like from an analytics point of view, like we've never come away from a tournament before with so much information. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
Well, when he showed us the string of calculations to determine where people were going, I was just like, how do you even know what that does?
Yeah.
So
it pays to have an accountant on your on your TO team.
We'll just say that he's the guy in the background that does all the work. It's like, don't pay attention behind the curtain.
No, but like, it was cool because, you know, all of them, well, most of them were custom missions.
We borrowed like some basic ideas from other ones, but put a little twist on
them. And High Ground was one of the missions, although the victory points were a bit different. But other than that, they were mostly custom, and so like how they would score, we play tested everything, so we knew that they were fairly well balanced. But what we weren't sure on is like which missions would give up a lot of victory points and which ones would not give up a lot. So like that software, like after the tournament was over, like he had like every mission and how many victory points were achieved on it, and you know, like a bunch of other information. It was really helpful.
Right? So we knew which ones were giving away more.
So like, you know, there were certain missions, if you played that mission, we knew just by the results that you're not going to get as many points as the average mission.
So it's a few things we got to work on.
So it allowed us to identify some missions that need to be changed or replaced for next year. So we're going to need, if we increase by 4 people, that's 2 more tables. So we're going to need 2 more missions, and then I think we identified 2 that either need to be replaced or changed.
Could just need some tweaks. One of them, I have an idea of what we could do to.
Which one's that?
The one that we...
The Ithilien one?
Yeah, the treasure...
that was the only one, the only table we weren't able to get.
Lonely Mountain Heist.
It was supposed to be Lonely Mountain Heist, and it was a mission that you, Drew, and I made up about 2.5 years ago, called Precious Cargo. And we used that mission, and we were going to put it in the Lonely Mountain, so it was going to be sort of in the treasure hoard. And it's about moving a heavy object across the table. That's basically what the mission is about. But we couldn't get that table done. We just had too much work, and what ended up happening was we replaced it with it became the, what was it called, Ithilien. Anyway, the setting became Ithilien, and so it was like
ruins or something.
Mostly forest and ruins, kind of more generic terrain. But that mission, I think, was identified as the one that surrendered the least amount of victory points.
It was.
So we know right away that one needs to be either replaced or fixed. Right.
It might be easier just to replace it, but we could just tweak the mission too. But I have ideas, so
you have ideas.
We'll discuss it later.
Okay.
All right.
Can't
give it away.
But some of the other missions were I think a big hit.
I know a lot of people wanted to play Pelennor Circus.
So Pelennor Circus. I'll go through my photos and throw up some pictures during this part. But Pelennor Circus was a Mumuk, basically, charging across the table, and all of the victory points in the game are attached to that. And people had a lot of fun playing that because it was so different. Scouring of the Shire was another one people had a lot of fun with, and basically you're playing in the middle. And just imagine you're playing in the middle of Hobbiton and you're fighting another army, and there's like hobbits like swarming out of all the hobbit holes.
They're like, hey chums, what's happening outside?
Yeah,
hey, like, there's people fighting.
And just attacking whoever's like close by, kind of thing. So that one went good too. I watched a couple of games of that, and people had a blast.
Yeah, there was that was probably the second most talked about.
I think so. Yeah, I'm just quickly looking over them. I think they all went pretty well.
Yeah.
Some of them were like roast mutton was one of the last ones we finished, and it was the 3 trolls and a bunch of ponies in the middle of the board, and then the armies come on from each side, and the primary objective is to try to capture as many of the ponies as you can.
And to wound the trolls.
And to wound the trolls, yeah. So that mission was completed like literally the week before the tournament, and I think we could probably take a closer look at that mission.
Yeah, we play tested a few times, but there's definitely a lot of, I think every mission has at least one thing or two that we've got to just fine tweaks.
Yeah, and we can do that because we're going to run these missions every year.
Yeah. And
probably swap out a couple of missions every year, bring in new stuff.
Keep it fresh.
Keep it new. Yeah. So.
Plus, I think a couple people had. I know. Michael had mentioned something about maybe doing a table for us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he was really interested in doing that. So we'll definitely call upon you, Michael Campbell.
Yeah.
To do a table.
Yeah, or if people have ideas and they can come up with something.
Yeah.
It's always something we'd definitely be more than willing to look at because it means less work for us. Well, it's not like we did a lot because we had 10 tables we had to prepare for. Next year, if we're just doing 2, maybe 3, it'll be like.
And I think this time around, we probably only borrowed about 2 tables worth of terrain. Something like that. Michael brought in his weather top.
Yep.
And probably supplied the most of the terrain for that. And the Hobbit holes, from Derek. And
then there's a couple models we had, but because Drew lost one of the trolls.
Yeah. Fail, Drew.
Failure, Drew. We're calling you out. You're not here to defend yourself.
So we had a couple other different. The scoring of our tournament was very different too, because normally it's all what you call battle points. Yeah. So like win, loss, draw. That's what contributes to your tournament score.
Not here.
But in ours, that was the biggest piece of the pie for ours. But we also had we had painting, we had sportsmanship, and we had theme.
Yeah. As
well. So we had 4 things contributing to the score.
We judged painting.
We did.
We had a rubric that was laid out in front of us, and we just sat down and checked off boxes until we got to a spot that wasn't.
So we did that. That was good because it was the first time we've done anything like that too, and that was we scored every army out of 5.
Yeah.
But there was a bonus point available, so you could actually conceivably get 6 out of 5.
Yeah.
And anyone that got 5 out of 5. We then scored a second time out of 10 with a different rubric.
Yes.
And I think we had 4 people.
There was 4, yeah.
4 people got 5 out of 5. And then we scored those out of 10. And I think they were all within 1 point of each other.
Yeah. The winner won with 6 or 7 out of 10, and 2 of the other ones had 6, and then 1 had 5.
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah, and the winner was Chris and Charles Noakes.
Yes.
And it was their first ever tournament for OSBGL.
Yeah, for the Hobbit.
And Chris is the guy that runs the Newmarket Games Club with me, and Charles is his young son who's forcing his dad into to play the Hobbit.
Strong arming
him.
Go
Charles.
Chris is all of his paint jobs and everything. Yeah. He really prides himself at painting.
So he had Thorns Company. The Plastic Thorns Company.
Yep.
I haven't seen a better painted Thorns Company. It was really good. Yeah. Really good.
Well, that's why I want
tons of detail. Yeah, it was a really well done army and deserved to win.
Like definitely,
Best painted.
if people were watching this, which we know they are, for next year, if you're gonna bring something, make sure it's painted nicely, which is easy to do.
Yeah.
But you want to bring a display board, like a little tray or something for your army to be on, and you definitely want to have at least 1, maybe 2 conversions.
Yeah.
If you can, because that's what pushed people to the second
those were in both of the scoring out of 5 and scoring out of 10. Conversions was worth a point, and a display board was worth a point out of 5, even though there were 6 points available.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there was like 2 points, I think, each available depending on conversions and your display board in the second round. So.
Well, because the display board in the out of 5 scoring was just kind of like, do you have a display board that's not just a tray?
Yeah.
And if you did, you got the point. And then in the second one is your display board just like a rather ordinary looking thing, or is it like a spectacular piece of terrain, you know, which we've seen a lot of. So there were 2 points available for that. So.
Yeah.
And I don't think any armies there got 2 points for their display board.
No.
Because everybody had a display board. It was just kind of like a 2-dimensional kind of thing. So that was good. And then theme was scored by theme and sportsmanship were both scored by your opponent.
Yeah.
And those were scored at the end of the tournament. So when you went to hand in your final scores, I forget, did Drew have them written on the page?
No, he handed them out with the final mission results.
Okay, yeah.
And he had the names of the people that
part
of his software had kept track of that. So when he printed off your result sheet, it gave who your opponents were
in your first 3 games.
So you could mark them.
Yeah. Oh, I guess probably would have given them for all 4.
Yeah.
So that was good too. So you didn't have to say, who did I play again?
Yeah, because we've been through that system before, and if you don't keep track, then you got to go back and you forget, and then you go and hand it in, and there's 1 or 2 missing, and the organizer's like, well, what about these 2? And I was like, I don't know. And the organizers have to just give them zeros or something.
Okay, so here's the question for you now. Who were the winners?
The winners?
Of our tournament. Who won sportsmanship? This one I know.
Mike Collins.
Mike Collins won for best sport.
You're putting me on the spot here.
Yeah, well, we didn't prepare. We didn't prepare for that.
Okay, so we know who won best painted because we already spoiled
best painted. That. Yeah, that was Chris and Charles. What about first, second, third?
I know this.
Okay.
First was, I don't know, we should do third.
Do third.
Third was Steve Stokes.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember who I took pictures with. So it was Steve Stokes, Chris and Charles
came in second,
and Joseph Hanlon came in first.
Correct. Yeah.
No, theme.
And it was weird because, like, if you looked at Joseph Hanlon and Chris and Charles, like, Joseph did good in every category.
He did.
But typically for Joseph, he's a very strong player. He did very well in battle points, and I think he got the most in the tournament.
He did.
Well, Chris and Charles, they didn't do well in the battle part. Like, forgive me if I'm wrong here, but I think they won 1 game.
I think their battle score was 12.
Yeah. They didn't get a lot of points from that, but they got a lot of points from the other categories.
Yeah. Well,
and it pushed them into second.
The most for painting, so they got a high score in painting. They got, and then like sportsmanship and theme, they got really high. They did well,
yeah.
We're back.
Okay, what's the verdict? Best themed army. Shame on us for not remembering.
Yeah, like how do we not remember the best theme?
Yeah. Well, who was it? You looked it up.
It was a guy that brought Treebeard.
Yeah.
And 3 Ents with the 2 hobbits on Treebeard's back.
Okay, oh yeah.
It was Dwayne.
It was Dwayne Adams. Yeah. Right on, of course. Now, how could we not remember that? It's like so obvious now.
He was not the person I was thinking of. It was something totally
Well, I was thinking it was Father Justin, but it was because I remember Father Justin coming up to the front, but it was because Father Justin won our raffle, which we gave away for the raffle. We gave the plastic Theoden foot and mounted
from the new box.
Yeah, and Father Justin plays Rohan, and of course already had that model, right? So it's like, I'm curious to find out what he did with the model now.
It'll be a prize for his tournament.
Yeah, no, they're actually giving.
Oh, they're giving away the whole box.
Oh no. Father Justin is running the next tournament.
Yeah.
Right. And so he may give it away again. Who knows? But after that is our GT, and the GT they're giving away.
GT, and he's running that one as well, or part of it.
No, well Ben is running it.
I thought he was part of it. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't think Father Justin's helping him, but he could be. He could be. So yeah, so those were the winners. We had a raffle obviously at the end, which is kind of what we do in the OSBGL now.
Yep.
It seems to be the thing that happens rather than give the winners the prizes. We give raffle tickets for all kinds of different things.
Gave away 2 of these things.
Yeah, we did.
Citadel paint handles.
Yeah, that thing is amazing too.
Yeah, they're very helpful.
As you can see, I've been using it for my Shadespire.
Warhammer Underworlds. It's not called Shadespire anymore.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Come on.
Warhammer Underwear.
Underworlds. Underwear, yeah.
Underwear. Yeah.
We gave away some paint. What else did we do? I made some objective marker buttons and gave a couple sets of those away. And
we gave some of these things away.
Oh, brass tufts, yep.
But these aren't by Games Workshop, so I won't show them.
And we gave the new measuring sticks away. That was the big
new measuring sticks, which I still want to get those, and I don't have them yet.
That was the second. Well, I guess it was the biggest prize, but
yeah. So it was
and then
good.
Everybody got a.
Everyone got
framed.
And everyone got a lunch.
Yeah. Sure.
That was included in your $20.
And it was a good lunch.
Yeah, it was, eh?
Like it was a sandwich, a drink, a bag of chips, and then like either 2 cookies or a scoop of ice cream.
Yeah.
Like,
I think most people went for the ice cream by the looks of it. Yeah. Except for the diabetics in the crowd.
They had the gluten-free cookies too.
Yeah. So what do you think? What should we change anything next year for that tournament, or like other than the missions, like doing a bit of work with the missions?
Yeah, we might have to discuss. There's some things I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just change the way scoring works with a couple of things.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm just glad that people came and they brought stuff that wasn't like destroy your opponent.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's good to see people. But then again, it was like the second tournament with the new rules.
Yeah.
So people had no idea what to bring, right? So people were bringing heroes because they wanted to try out the new heroes and.
Well, it'll be interesting next year when people come to the tournament that went to it this year, if it will influence what they bring. Well, like one thing I want to do next year is like we kind of made a boo-boo this year, and we corrected it like a couple of weeks before the tournament. And initially we were saying no allies.
Yeah, and we're like, wait a second.
What?
We have theme as a score.
Yeah, how can you score theme? Like it really makes it hard to score theme if nobody is allowed to bring any allies and it's single faction, because that's basically everybody's first go-to when they're scoring theme. Okay, is it single faction? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, everybody is because that's the tournament.
Yeah. so we changed it to allow, best bros. What is that? Green allies.
Yeah. Historical allies.
Yeah, but next year I want to open it up.
Yeah, we should do convenience, definitely.
Yeah, definitely at least allies of convenience.
Because then it'll give people that bring single faction, they should definitely be getting a person.
You should be getting an edge in your scoring
score
for theme.
higher on theme. Yeah. And then give that the bigger variance.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were like, well, I don't know who to score here because I played basically 2 of the same army type thing, and so I don't know. It's stuff we'll have to talk about. We got a whole year to do it.
We do. I know Ben, our league commissioner, is working on putting together the schedule for next year. He's just about ready to not post the schedule, but post what we do know of the schedule and ask for people to submit their names to run events.
Cool.
But I have already let him know that we will be back with Canadian Shire in November.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Which for now will remain as an 80-point tournament and a 1-day tournament. For now. Unless we change our minds at some point within the next 10 months.
No. Within the next 2 months. Cause
yeah, because
I'm not waiting till the month before to be like, hey, we have to make 4 more tables and
yeah,
we got to find a venue and.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to change the format, because the amount of work this year was ridiculous. I need like a year off.
I don't have room to store another 2 tables worth of terrain.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so that's that for Canadian Shire.
Yeah.
We already mentioned that the next tournament is actually next weekend.
It seems to be our go-to is to film the week before.
Well, I mean, there's always tournaments happening, right? So
yeah.
It's either there was just a tournament last weekend or there's one coming up next week.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the way it is. But it's in Ottawa. It's the King's Hall, number 2. I think I have it open here.
Perfect. So we know what the format is?
I got yeah. So the King's Hall, it's run by Father Justin.
Yep.
It's in Ottawa at Multi-Zone. Never been there. Was that, we've been to a couple of tournaments. Well, we went to one tournament in Ottawa that was at a store, but I don't think it was at that store. It was at, it's a Star Wars name.
Millennium something? No, Falcon.
Anyways. That was a good store, actually, for gaming. What can we say? It's a 500-point tournament. It's going to be worth 100 points in the league calendar, assuming they get enough people.
That's true.
We will both not be able to go, sadly.
I have to work.
You're working. I know Andrew Brock has a family thing, and Angela and I are both going to visit my sister next weekend, so unfortunately we will not be able to attend. But that would be another long drive. That's like a 5-hour drive from here.
Yeah. You know what though? It's nothing. When you've driven to Washington, or I guess Virginia, wherever it is, Richmond, Virginia.
Like Ottawa.
Yeah, 5 hours, that's cakewalk.
Yeah, well, it's in December in the snow, drive 5 hours through blizzards. Yeah, it's a piece of cake.
Yeah, at least I don't have to dodge like foxes and raccoons like we did, and toads.
But I know there's some people from the Ottawa area that are going to be going to it, which will be good, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get some new players out to that one.
New blood.
So we'll look forward to seeing how that goes. I know Justin's been posting pictures of terrain and stuff that they're doing, so hopefully he gets a good turnout for that. And then right around the corner from that, in January, is our League GT, or Grand Tournament, our season finale. Yep. Which will be...
I think it's at the Critical Hit Gaming Lounge?
Yeah, never been there.
Neither have I.
In Oshawa. Oshawa. And it is 600 points.
It is. And I think there's a couple restrictions.
There is.
Maximum model count. That's the first time we've seen something like that pop up.
And I think this is sort of
time sensitive.
Yeah, like it looks like it's an hour and 50 minutes per game.
Yeah, so
by the schedule. So that's the thing, is you get these big 50 model armies and they can really
bog down.
Time sink you, right? Like, it's one way of shutting down somebody that's doing good, is put them against an army that will allow you only to play 3 turns in a game. It's like, it's like brutal.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not sure if that's the motivation for that, but at any rate, it's 0 to 36 models. So you are allowed to take 0 models as long as it's worth 600 points.
My games are going to be really fast if I play with 0 models.
Yeah. So no, other than that, no restrictions though.
Oh, there's not?
No, you can take whatever you want.
Impossible allies.
Impossible allies, go for it. Well, because they're scoring theme.
Oh.
They have a prize for theme.
It's
going to be it's going to be voted during break time by the players.
Most thematic, good and evil.
Oh, so I guess they're giving 2 for
best painted good and evil. You know what? Right. I'm gonna go with 0 points, and go for this award.
Does that mean you can take the 0 point golem?
Oh. No, because it's 0 models. That's what we were laughing about. Is it 0 models? You can't take the 0
It's
point column
impossible.
because he's not around anymore.
He costs points now?
Oh no, he is in the book. No, I don't think he's part of the fellowship. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't spent enough time learning all the new stuff.
I'm still. Well, I've only been to one event.
Well, to be honest, like we've both.
Did we even read the rulebook before the tournament?
Yeah,
I read through it once.
I have, but Andrew was the one that was answering the rules questions, and he's read through it.
I will defer you to Andrew.
He's read through it once, and because he has a photographic friggin' memory, it's all it takes.
Yeah.
Friggin' guy kills me.
Hey, and look at his position in the league.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you know the rules inside and out.
Yeah, it's like, when are the 100-point tournaments? I'll just go and win a few of those and lock it down.
Yeah.
It's like, you so-and-so.
Yeah. We should just leave him at home. Make him drive himself.
That's right. Where were we?
We're talking about prizes. I said I was going to take 0 models and win the wooden spoon.
Oh, yeah. So do you know what you're taking?
No, but are we ready to talk about Flotsam and Jetsam?
Let's do it.
Okay, because this is a perfect segue into Flotsam and Jetsam.
It is.
We're talking about the new stuff coming out.
Right.
That releases...
It's like pre-order.
It's pre-order today.
Pre-order, yeah.
November 24th.
Yeah.
So next weekend.
So what do we got? Weekend? We got what everybody's been waiting for. Gandalf dice.
Oh yeah, that's exactly it.
That's right.
And Gandalf, the white.
Oh yeah, there's that
on
too.
Shadowfax.
Yeah.
Which
remember we saw that at Nova, where we can say it now. We can say it now.
I don't control.
It's out, man.
Not like they're watching.
It's like people.
Games Workshop doesn't watch.
People
this.
probably have the model in their hands now.
No, can't be outed.
Whatever.
Pre-order today.
Yeah. People that have an in with Games Workshop.
That's true.
I'm sure these people exist still. They did back in the day. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Gandalf model that we saw sneak peeked at Nova.
Yeah.
At the seminar. That's coming out. So like pretty amazing model. And for us in Canada, it's $50. Which is pretty decent for what, 2 foot and 1 mounted, I guess, model.
Yeah, but Pippin
It is Pippin. Yeah.
Can be detached.
Yeah, from the mounted.
From the mounted.
Yeah.
So it could just be Gandalf.
Yep.
And the way that they sculpted it is his reins are hidden underneath Pippin.
Yeah.
So if you don't have them, the reins are there, and if you have them, his like cloak hides the hand.
I know. You know what kills me about that is like all the unpainted models that I still have that are in their blisters, which is a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
But like when the mounted Gandalf, you know, the really cool model of him, and he's with his like staff and everything.
He's riding out like this.
Yeah, I still have that. I haven't painted yet.
Yeah. Actually, I think there's 3 versions of Gandalf the White. There's that one.
That
where he's
one
on
I'm talking
Shadowfax.
about isn't a white. It's Gandalf the Grey.
Oh, I have that exact same
Yeah.
thing. Still in blister.
Yeah. And because it's
It
like,
was
it was a big deal when it became available
it's
again.
become
It's like,
back.
oh, I gotta
It's
buy
come
it
back.
at home, and it's like sat on my shelf
Yeah.
for like a year. Or
I've been
whatever.
trying to sell it.
Along with everything else that I
Nobody
have.
wants to buy it off me.
Well, that's the thing. As they're releasing all these models again, like all of the the old ones lose their value.
There goes my secondary market.
Which is amazing, I think, because
it's
it's
good.
you know, all the scrubs that are out there selling models for like $50, $60, $70 because they're hard to get. It's like
The Mood King's coming back.
yeah.
The problem is the new ally matrix ruined my Harad list. No, it didn't ruin it. Like I can still take Far Harad and Harad, but I can't take Harad, Far Harad, and something else that I was taking before. Like it was Umbar. Because Umbar and Far Harad are not friends.
Oh yeah.
So it turns it into an ally convenience.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously they're a strong. They were, anyways, a strong army. Like look at Nova. I think the top 2 armies were Harad.
And they're basically the same army.
Yeah.
There's a Shadow Lord and Knight of Umbar on Felbeast with like a different spattering of guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
So what else is coming out? We're getting distracted. We were talking about
A whole bunch of unreleased miniatures are previously released that, oh well, they've come out, but they've already sold out.
Yeah, like they announced it today that like they were like bringing back all of these models, and the majority of them are already sold out again.
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, we're bringing back like 20 new blisters of stuff that's old, and they're all, well, like, that's boom. Exactly what happens because people want it.
Well, plus they've been out of stock for months.
They don't want to fight the second, or they don't want to pay the prices of the secondary market. So I'm totally okay with it. Like I don't need more stuff right now. I've got a million other things that I could be painting. Yeah. Even like outside of the Hobbit, I've got a ton of stuff, and inside the Hobbit, I still have all of my stuff. So I'm okay with.
What do you mean outside of the Hobbit?
Well, we all play other games. Like, don't kid yourself.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
You have them right there. I don't think the
No, okay, so yeah, we play other stuff obviously.
Yeah, so I've got stuff that, well, I even have Hobbit armies that I've got built that I need to paint.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Right now.
Well, the Gandalf, okay with like the Gandalf with Pippin, to me that's a collectible model.
Yes.
You know, obviously it's a model that you're going to buy to use it in game too, but because it's like, I forget what they're calling these hero models that they're releasing now, because Theoden, they've announced they're going to make him available for sale.
Oh yeah, he's
soon.
He's pre-order right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so Theoden and Gandalf are the first two in this series of models that are coming out.
The next one's the big one.
Yeah, so we should start hearing about that very soon.
We should. Spoilers.
Yeah. And otherwise, they are bringing out the armies of the Hobbit.
Yes, which is what I've been waiting for.
Yes.
I want to know if the army that I spent like all of last year
like,
painting,
give me the book, Grimhammers, where are you?
Yeah. Come on, Defense 7. Actually, what I'm more interested in...
It's like, please have a hand weapon.
Yeah, don't just have a two-handed weapon. Because you guys went from good to completely useless.
Yeah. Well, because right now they don't have anything other than a two-handed weapon, so you have to use a two-handed weapon every time you go to strike.
The two times that I've played with them, it's like, -1, gotcha, failed.
Yeah.
Because you rolled a 6.
Well, it makes it a lot harder.
An army of two-handed weapons. Now, granted, when I did hit, I was killing whatever I attacked.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just, in this game, it's not. You want to be able to pick and choose.
Yeah.
The throwing weapon thing is... We'll see.
Well, the throwing, as long as they don't adjust the points of the model got better just because of throwing weapons.
If it got Defense 7, which I'm assuming it's going to have, it would be just crazy.
Yeah, if it's still 11 points.
Oh. Yeah, so I'm patiently waiting to see what the book says.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, the army that I really like painting, or playing, and I painted really nicely, is now...
useless.
Yeah.
No, it won't. It'll be good. It was a good army before, it'll still be a good army.
It wasn't overly used before, so I'm thinking should be okay.
Yeah. Well, you still don't have a big, nasty, mounted hero in that army, so according to the new meta, you can't win.
Oh, is that what the new meta is?
Well, that's what I think it is. That's what everybody seems to think it is.
It's alright, I have heroes that have heroic defense. So you can charge me all day with your wicked lance.
Bring on the 6s.
And I'm just like, shield.
Yeah.
Oh, you wasted your mind. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Shield.
That is a good ability, for sure. For sure. What I want to know, being a big fan of the battle companies, is what are they going to be doing about heroic actions in battle companies?
Oh.
Because right now, the way it is like everybody in battle companies, you can only do the basic heroics.
So, look forward to a new battle companies book.
Yeah, they're going to have an article on...
Or at least a FAQ update or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jay and whoever is in charge...
Yeah, they're all over it, I'm sure. But that will be another topic of discussion because in our other video series...
Which we have to finish.
We have to finish.
Using the old rules.
Yeah, that's going to be awkward. So in our search for the stone, we still have 2 more games to play.
We do.
We have one more game to play, and then we have the final battle.
It's the final battle.
At Osgiliath.
Yeah. But we all know what's going to happen.
And I want to actually film a third episode after that, which is kind of a review of our campaign that we ran.
Yeah.
And also about battle companies, because
easily done.
Yeah, we've both played battle companies. We've played a tournament of battle companies,
yep.
and we've run a campaign of battle companies. So between, like, I think both of us have probably played almost 30 games of battle companies.
Yeah, all we've put
or at least 25, anyways. Yeah. So I think we can offer some pretty good opinions on the book. And I have all of the stuff that's come out since the publication.
Yeah, you have all the White Dwarf articles, because we've used a few of them in the campaign.
We have. So I'd like to do a video on that as well.
Back to the Armies of the Hobbit book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested to see what they do with the other armies that are part of that, because it's literally going to be everything from the beginning to Battle of Five Armies. I forget what the first movie was called.
The first movie was called, oh my god.
It's Not There and Back Again.
No.
It's not The Fellowship.
You're talking about The Hobbit, right?
The Hobbit, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Because it was Battle of Five Armies, Desolation of Smog.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like it's killing me right now. Unexpected Journey.
Unexpected Journey, thank you.
I knew eventually it'd come to me if I worked my way backwards. So it's going to be Unexpected Journey, Desolation of Smog, and Battle of Five Armies, all squished into one book.
Yes.
Which will be...
Well, the thing is, like, the Goblin King and all of that early stuff.
All the stuff from the last rule book, too.
That was in the main rule book. It hasn't been touched since then.
No.
So
actually, one of the pictures that's on the website for the book is a couple of the dwarf profiles from Thorin's company.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think they're pretty much the same profile. They just have specific heroic actions.
There's a lot of other things too, like between the cracks we'll be able to see like what has become of the Castellan of Dol Guldur.
Yeah, because that profile disappeared.
Yeah.
I keep looking and they're like, it's in this army, and I'm like, where's the profile?
It's now moved into the Necromancer's army, whatever that army is called.
The
Dol Guldur?
Army of Guldur, Dol Guldur, yeah.
So
but there's no profile.
Yeah, like does that model still exist? Does that profile still exist?
Because it's not in any other publication.
Yeah. So it should still exist, because like as far as I know, the Castellans of Dol Guldur are those like ghostly apparitions that come out of the statues, you know, like when they came after Radagast.
Yeah.
They're not the ring wraiths.
No.
So
it'll be interesting.
They should still be. She should still be there, but hopefully they won't be 40 points and like unbelievably awesome.
I wonder if they're going to do something about Lake Town.
They do need to do something about Lake Town. I hope they didn't just leave it be or make it even better than it already is.
Yeah.
Because the last thing everybody wants is to play nothing but Lake Town at tournaments.
Well, I think if they do something, well, because they're going to restrict the heroic actions that people can call. Like if Bane, who's Bard's son, I think, I don't know, it's him getting Fight 5 in the
I mean, even if
free heroic actions.
Even if they just make Bane not as good as he is now, that will be something. But that model is just ridiculously too good
for 30 points.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
I think they did in a way that he's a minor hero now, so they won't be able to take him and the 12 guys.
Big deal.
Yeah, I know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm waiting for that as well to see how that plays out, because maybe I'll paint up my Gandalf the Grey and start playing some. No, I can't.
Army of Lake Town?
I can't paint an entire army of resin models again. It's not going to happen.
No, it's.
I've done that before, and it's not
just,
fun.
It's soul crushing.
Yeah.
Painting a whole army of the resin.
The fine cast.
I still have a whole army of. Iron Hills, yeah.
That resin is fine. I'm okay with
that's
Forge World resin.
Forge World resin.
It's the fine cast stuff but we're off topic here.
We are.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if anybody else is looking forward to... Well, I'm sure they are. I can't wait till next Saturday. It's like, remember when we were at Nova and we went to the seminar so that we could get our books at midnight.
Yeah.
And we're all like in line, and
We're
they're
all
like, people are like, "Can we open the books?" And they're like, "Well, it's not midnight yet, so you can't buy it." So can we open the books? Well, you can't buy it till midnight. And then people started cracking the books because it was like, who cares? Like,
it's like, enough is enough.
You're 5 minutes away from midnight, right? Like, yeah, you didn't officially buy it. You're opening unpurchased book, but whatever, who cares? So we're all just like, oh my god, this profile, it's got this.
Yeah. Yeah, and then thank God we had like a 12-hour car ride, the next day or whatever, so we could just like talk about it like ad nauseum.
Well, we drove to the first hotel for the night, and we talked for a few hours that night.
Yeah, and that's why you guys shut up. I want to go to sleep now.
Yeah, I have to drive for freaking 7 hours tomorrow. Go to bed. That was good though. Yeah, I'm hoping that the excitement for this new book is the same. I can't wait.
Yeah, well, we both have lots of models from the Hobbit stuff, so.
Yeah. I had 3 armies, but now I have 2. No, I do have 3, because I have the Castellans, or no, the Nazgul.
Yeah.
So
from the army of.
So I have the Nazgul,
Dal Guldur.
Army of Thror.
Yeah.
And.
You have the Thranduil's halls too, but
That's
not painted.
Yeah.
Well, half of it's not painted.
I might have
the resin stuff.
I might have to build that.
You should.
Build me an army worthy of Thranduil.
Should, then you can play with Thranduil on Elk.
Yeah, no, that guy's no good. He's not like a super huge hero that's mounted. That's part of the new meta that you need to win, right?
He certainly is.
Maybe the book will have like Thror on Mountain Goat. Oh,
that'd be good.
I would buy goats and another Thror model to convert that.
You would pay like $100 per blister, or roughly that
82 for 3 goats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my 1 blister of goats is gonna have to be enough to get me by.
I want to get 2 blisters so that I can have a captain, Iron Hills captain on goat, and 5 riders to bring into my army of Thror, because they're historical allies.
Right.
And it would give my army some mobility that it lacks, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with the army of Thror before I go investing $160 in goat riders.
Yep. And I want to see if I can actually get some of my Iron Hill stuff painted before I buy any more Iron Hill stuff.
Well, this isn't part of Flotsam Jetsam, but based on what Drew and I were talking about a couple weeks ago, we were like kind of going back and forth about what we've painted, and that guy's painted an insane amount of stuff
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mostly all of it, I think all of it is actually Mordor. He has a huge collection of Mordor that's fully painted now.
Yeah.
Well, and he has what's the other army he has? Minas Tirith. He has a big army of that painted now too. So
yes, he does.
You just have to, like, even me painting my army.
2 armies that are going to remain competitive in the new edition.
Like I painted Army of Thror and the Nazgul.
Yeah. Did we talk about this already? And that was that in the GBHL, the very first tournament, after all this talk about mega mounted heroes and Sauron and all of this.
Yeah, Sauron's a new breakable.
The first tournament in the GBHL with the new rules. Ed Ball wins it with ring wraiths on fell beasts.
Yeah, and we're all like, yay, the new rules are going to nerf them. And then they win the first tournament. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it was the day after the book came out or something like that. So
it was a residual.
Yeah.
It was a carryover.
Yeah.
People weren't ready yet for the new meta.
Exactly.
Anyway, is that it?
I think so.
We're done?
Yeah, because I got to get up and move around.
All right. Probably need a drink because you don't have a.
Yeah, what did we say?
Beverage.
Hopefully we don't talk for an hour, and it's been an hour and a half. Yeah, where's my tasty beverage?
All right, well, we will be back again with another episode of our adventures in Middle Earth, and hopefully we will actually have some adventures and go to a tournament and play. So that will mean that we'll have to wait until after the GT if we want to talk about us playing in a tournament.
So it's going to be like 2 months, at least.
Well, maybe we'll have to do another one before then. We'll have to make up some stuff to talk about.
Well, we can, you know what we can do? Next weekend, while you're away and I'm busy.
What,
down.
the Ottawa?
No, I said we could talk about the new book.
Oh, the new book, yeah.
We could do a rundown of the new book.
Well, we can do it the weekend after that.
Yeah, there's what we'll do. We'll be back in...
So the next episode of our adventures will be an in-depth discussion on the new armies of the Hobbit.
Or Garrett just posting pictures of models he wants to sell. One or the other. We'll have to wait and see. No, it'll be if I'm going to be playing Army of Thror or if I'm going to be starting to paint Thranduil's halls.
So you'll know on the Garrett trade group, if you see the Army of Thror get posted, that it got two thumbs down.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think
it won't. No. All right, so thank you for joining us for another episode of our Adventures in Middle Earth.
Yes, thank you.
And we will see you again next time. And don't forget, as always,
get out your models.
Get your toy soldiers.
Oh, toy soldiers, sorry.
And come and play some games with us at the OSBGL in Ontario, Canada. Thank you.